Hey everyone, Nine here with another video on Jolixia's voice lines. Once again, a huge shout out to Jukebox for providing me with the data mining data to make this video.
Are you ready to get a glimpse of what's to come? I created the 4 houses to aid me in preventing what is to come, but it's not enough. New houses need to be built to aid the wise, the bold, the dreamer, and the cunning. And I need to find individuals strong enough to lead them. Only then can I begin to augur the repercussions from Roseleaf. Only then will I be ready to remake history. What if I told you that not everyone is special, that there are some people who are destined for greatness, and it is through their skill, dedication, and will that great works are accomplished? If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the bold. What if I told you that there is always a better solution than the one immediately before you? That horrific wars could have been avoided with negotiation, or the strategic removal of individuals. If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the cunning. What if I told you that we don't have to accept the world as it is? That people all too often confuse the difficult with the impossible, and in doing so close their minds and hearts to wondrous possibilities. If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the dreamer. What if I told you that most aren't fit to lead? That to rule effectively, you need to be willing to keep secrets from your own people, and that sentimentality makes you unable to make the right decisions when stakes are high. If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the wise. What if I told you that conventional wisdom is for conventional people? That if you truly want to be a legend, you must forge your own path, even if others say you're crazy for doing so. If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the anarchist. The path of the anarchist welcomes you. What if I told you that rules are nothing more than a tax on those who lack imagination? That for the exceptional, there are no such things as limits, only opportunities to prove yourself. If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the boundless. The path of the boundless welcomes you. What if I told you that conflict is inevitable, that we are always at war, if not with others, then with ourselves, that the only way to persevere is to have indomitable spirit? If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the enduring. What if I told you that safety breeds complacency, that comfort is tantamount to death, and that the only way to make your mark on the world is to confront the choices that would paralyze others? If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the fearless. The path of the fearless welcomes you. What if I told you that words are meaningless, that power achieved is power perceived, and it is only by show of strength that respect is truly earned? If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the mighty. What if I told you that nothing worth doing is easy? That the world is full of people who claim they want to achieve greatness but lack the will to see it through? If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the relentless. The path of the relentless welcomes you. What if I told you that sacrifice is at the heart of love? That for history to look back on you with kindness, you must give of yourself more than what a normal person ever would? If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the selfless. What if I told you that people need something to believe in, that by their nature men will follow those with the courage to lead? If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the stalwart. What if I told you that knowledge brings a terrible responsibility, that while many seek the truth, only precious few are strong enough to shoulder its burdens? If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the unknowable. What if I told you that most of the world is helpless, that wolves wait to prey on sheep, and were it not for the watchful eye of shepherds, the flock would undoubtedly be lost? If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the vigilant. What if I told you that it's not enough to live in the present, you need to plan for the future? That risk begets reward, and a slow start does not mean a weak finish. If what I said rings true to you, perhaps you should walk the path of the visionary. It remains to be seen what the aftermath of the Battle of Roseleaf will be, but one way or the other, the Remuscu will insert themselves in the war that is to come.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing for more artifact content.